I believe that if one can master the art of communicating, then that person is one step closer to success. In this video, I'll teach you 6 ways of improving your communication skills. This video is actually inspired by this book called Crucial Conversations, and it's actually a great book for anybody, whether that person is working as a barista at Starbucks or a CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company. This book helps an individual navigating through those tough conversations in which a lot of people fail in. Number 1, supplication. Anything that you do in life, always ask for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's assistance. Why? For example, Musa alayhi salam, he would always, whenever he would convey a message, he would ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for assistance. And his dua, رَبِّ اشْرَحْ لِي صَدْرِي وَيَسِّرْ لِي أَمْرِي وَاحْلُلْ عُقْدَةً مِّن لِسَانِي يَفْقَهُوا قَوْلِي, that, oh Allah, expand my heart and ease my task, untie the knot from my tongue so that others may understand what I say. Another aspect why Musa alayhi salam thought that communication was a very important skill was that he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for Harun. He asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَجْعَلْ لِي وَزِيرًا مِّنْ أَهْلِي هَارُونَ أَخِي, that, oh Allah, appoint an assistant for me, my brother Harun, because he knew that Harun had a way with words. Number 2, listen. A lot of people have this false belief that in order to convey a message successfully, they need to dominate the conversation. According to Tom Hopkins, who wrote How to Master the Art of Selling, he says that if you're a salesperson and that salesperson is talking 80% of the time and his or her customer is talking 20% of the time, then that person is a very bad salesperson. We need to learn to talk less and listen more. Someone once asked Nelson Mandela, how did you become such a great leader? So Mandela responds by saying that when I was a kid, I would accompany my father in his tribe meetings. And his father was the leader of the tribe at the time. And he noticed that his father would be the last person to speak in that council. This shows that a great leader doesn't need a lot of words to convey a message. They just need action. Number 3, avoid silence. What do I mean by avoiding silence? Generally, people believe that in order to solve a crucial conversation is by deploying silence. And that's not the case. That's just keeping the problem sedentary. There are 3 forms of silence. One is masking, the other one is avoiding, and the third one is withdrawing. Masking is basically using sarcasm. Avoiding is trying to change the subject. And the last one, withdrawing, is pulling out of the conversation altogether. Number 4, avoid violence. What do I mean by that? Violence here means it's a verbal strategy where one person is compelling the other person to his or her view. Now, violence has 3 forms. One is controlling, the other one is labeling, and the last one is withdrawing. Controlling is basically one person is forcing the other person to his or her view, by force, by saying stuff like, no one knows this product better than me, stuff like that. Labeling is basically name calling. You're calling that person's idea stupid, you're calling that person unintelligent, stuff like that. And attacking doesn't mean you're physically attacking that person, beating that thought or conversation or communicating that idea into that person, but it's a verbal abuse. You're insulting, you're ridiculing, you're humiliating that person. Number 5, be polite. When Musa alayhi salam and Harun alayhi salam were going to the Pharaoh at the time to preach the oneness of God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells them, وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا, that speak with the people with kindness. A lot of people believe that in order to get something done, they have to be aggressive, like Steve Jobs or Simon Cowell or even Chef Ramsay. But that's not always the case. Being polite can go a long way. In Tafsir Qurtubi, a famous muhaddith, Ata, says to Talha bin Umar, he quotes this ayah, وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا, and he tells Talha ibn Umar that we are commanded to speak with the people with kindness. It doesn't matter if that person is a Jew, a Christian, a Muslim, an African American, a woman or a man. Everyone needs to be treated or needs to be communicated with kindness. Number 6, speak the truth. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ittaqullaha wa qulu qawlan sadida, that, O believers, fear Allah and speak the truth. I remember when I was studying in a madrasa, I came to class one day late and I couldn't think of a lie or an excuse to tell to the teacher, and I just straight up told the teacher that, look, I had a long night and I couldn't wake up, so can you just excuse me for this day? And that teacher just excused me. And I know a few guys who would make excuses and would maybe lie to the teacher just to get away with it. But in reality, that teacher will start to lose respect for that person. And it's not just the teacher, but anyone in general. When that person realizes that you have a problem in lying, then that person will lose his or her respect for that other person. And that dependability and the reliability will start to fade away. These were my 6 ways of improving one's communication skills. Please tell me your ways of improving your communication skills down in the comments section. I'm making a commitment to make one video every week talking about nursing, entrepreneurship, and religion. So please do subscribe and follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. Sana.